Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the City Council meeting for Thursday, October 23rd. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mr. Harper,
Here.
Mr. Miskman, Mayor Abu-Asali,
Present.
Ms. Menser, Mr. Brandt,
Here.
Mr. Sternad.
Okay. Thank you. This time we have a moment of silence. Okay. So first on our agenda, we have two proclamations. The first one I've asked Councilmember Jensen to read, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we have Nellie with Waypoint here to accept that. Please come forward.
Okay, whereas 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men will experience some form of domestic violence during their lifetime. And whereas intimate partner violence impacts victims, children, family, friends, and the community at large. And whereas domestic violence is not confined to any group or groups of people, but is experienced in all economic, racial, ethnic, educational, societal, and religious groups, and is sustained by societal indifference. And whereas perpetrators of domestic violence should be held accountable for their actions, and victims should have access to support and services to help them overcome their experience. And whereas it is important to recognize the compassion and dedication of the individuals who provide support to victims of intimate partner violence and work to increase public understanding of this significant problem. And whereas a coordinated effort from all community members is needed to put a stop to this heinous crime. Now, therefore, I, Steve Jensen, on behalf of Nicholas Abu-Asali, Mayor of the City of Marion, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and encourage residents to support all community organizations working to address domestic violence, especially the work of Waypoint Services and their Gentleman Campaign on October 29th, 2025, and urge everyone to work together to eliminate domestic violence from our community. Is that yours?
Yeah. Thank you so much. On behalf of Waypoint and survivors that we serve, we can't do this important work without all of you. The city definitely has taken a stand, and it's helpful. The first step to safety is awareness. So something as simple as this, we might not think really has an impact, but it truly does. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Our second proclamation is for United Nations Day. We have Joe here with the League of Women Voters to accept it. Come on forward. And many of us will remember Joe when we used to co-host the City of Marion State of the City address with the League of Women Voters, and Joe was the MC for the first number of years in my 10 years of doing that presentation. So it's nice to see you here. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas the United Nations was founded on October 24th, 1945, with the mission of promoting global peace, security, and human rights. And whereas this year marks the 80th anniversary of the United Nations, celebrating 8 decades of dedicated work in humanitarian aid, sustainable development, and fostering international cooperation. And whereas the city of Marion, Iowa is home to a dedicated chapter of the United Nations Association of the United States of America, which works to educate and inspire our community about the vital work of the UN and its impact on our daily lives. And whereas the principles of the United Nations, dignity, equality, and justice align with the values of our city, and recognizing United Nations Day reaffirms our commitment to be a global community dedicated to addressing shared challenges and creating a better world for all. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Nicholas Aboasli, Mayor of the City of Marion, on behalf of the entire City Council and the residents of our great city, do hereby proclaim October 24th, 2025 as United Nations Day in the City of Marion, and encourage all residents to join in celebrating the important work of the United Nations and the Link County chapter of United Nations Association, USA.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something?
Yes, I would.
Should we take a picture first? Okay.
And briefly, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how this was founded. As World War II was about to end in 1945, nations were in ruins and the world wanted peace. Representatives of 50 countries gathered at the United Nations Conference on International Organizations in San Francisco from April 25th to June 26th, 1945. For the next 2 months, they proceeded to draft and then sign the UN Charter, which created a new international organization, the United Nations, which, it was hoped, would prevent another world war like the one they had just lived through. The United Nations did not come into existence at the signing of the Charter. In many countries, the Charter had to be approved by their congresses or parliaments. It had therefore been provided that the Charter would come into force when the governments of China, France, Great Britain, the Soviet Union, and the United States, and a majority of the other signatory states had ratified it and deposited notification to this effect with the State Department in the United States. So on October 24th, 1945, which is now observed annually as United Nations Day, this condition was fulfilled and the United Nations came into existence. 4 years of planning, because the concept of international peace and security in the UN Charter began to develop with the ideas expressed in the Declaration of St. James Palace, which was held June 1941, and the Atlantic Charter in August 1941. So that, in the hope of many years, had finally materialized in an international organization designed to end war and promote peace, justice, and better living for all mankind. And thank you very much for allowing me to tell that.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, now it's an opportunity to recognize one of our own staff members with a special award. I'll have our finance director come forward and give a description.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize Brian McKenzie, Marion's first Deputy Finance Director, and to share that he is one of 53 individuals, one of only 2 from Iowa, selected as a winner of the Government Finance Officers Association's Outstanding Public Service Award. This award honors GFOA members for their dedication to the profession, their colleagues, their organizations, and their communities. This national recognition affirms the Council's commitment to transparency and long-term stewardship. Brian's work has directly strengthened Council's ability to make informed and sustainable financial decisions, improving how we plan, prioritize, and communicate the use of taxpayer dollars. A couple of the main projects Brian has led the city's effort in is revamping the city's capital improvement program, which utilize technology and also standardize our prioritization process, collaborating with all departments. and ultimately with City Council. This enhanced transparency for departments, council, and the public. Secondly, Brian has fixed our asset replacement approach. He partnered across departments to inventory assets and reestablish useful lives, giving us a reliable baseline for planning and budgeting, and then implementing that into our long-range funding model, providing council with forward-looking data to sustain assets over time and significantly improve our 5-year financial forecast and budgeting practices. These improvements have increased trust, clarity, and engagement internally and with our community. Brian leads with extreme ownership, accountability, and humility. Many of Brian's teammates come to him with questions, seeking his guidance and support. He fosters a culture of collaboration where everyone takes responsibility for outcomes. While his finance work is behind the scenes, many people may recognize him as the bagpiper found at community events and the mayor's daughter's wedding. He's been seen uptown or even at the band this last July at Fireworks and Fireflies. On behalf of Team Marion and the Finance Department, I'm honored to present this city recognition, or rather the mayor, to Brian McKenzie in celebration of his selection as a GFOA Outstanding Public Service Award winner. Brian, thank you for advancing transparency, strengthening our planning, and equipping this council to steward public resources wisely. And then I'd invite for pictures. And if Brian, if you had anything you wanted to say, I'll.
I will just say that this award recognizes what we all already knew, is that Brian is an outstanding public servant. And we're so lucky to have him on our team, and the city of Marion is very blessed to have him working for them. So congratulations, Brian. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. So. You want to say anything?
I'll just say something quick behind the scenes. I'm still used to presentations now, so we're good. I just wanted to thank Leon Carey for the nomination, and this kind of award's not just reflective of my work, it's reflective of the whole finance team, and so we have such a great team in finance. And also want to thank just all city staff that I work with, and the leadership and the city council, just creating the environment that values collaboration, transparency, and I'd say fiscal responsibility. So that just gives us in finance and like the whole team that foundation that we can all reach higher. So thank you.
Take one with you guys and then we'll add your family. How's that sound? We're gonna have Ryan join us. And then we'll take one. Are you gonna have to? Come on up. Easy, Chief. Yeah, good job. Thank you. Congratulations again.
And while we're celebrating recognitions, thank you. Congratulations. We have one more recognition to celebrate this evening. This is the Excellence in Energy Efficiency Design Award for the City of Marion Public Works Department. I'm going to have our city engineer, public works director, tell us a little more about what this was for, but then we'll celebrate that too and take a photo. So
Sure.
it's a night of photos. It's awesome.
So the City of Marion and Shive Hattery Incorporated were recently honored in the 2025 Excellence in Energy Efficient Design Award for our new public works facility. This award celebrates projects that demonstrate outstanding efforts to reduce energy use for new construction, building additions, and major renovations. The facility achieved a 66% annual energy savings compared to the commercial new construction program baseline. And this award was presented at the 2025 American Institute of Architects, or AIA, convention that was in Des Moines. So we just want to say not all buildings are beautiful on the front pages of magazines, but some of them can be very energy efficient and still look good.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations to the department and the entire team. So. Okay, at this time, we have a presentation. Oh, I'm sorry, we have our public forums. We have two public forums this evening. The first will be a public forum for any comments from members of the public on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not associated with a public hearing. If anyone is here to address council on any topic that is part of a public hearing this evening, there will be time for comments during the public hearing. All other comments can be taken at the end of the meeting at the second public forum. I'm going to read the rules of procedure for public forums. Anyone wishing to address the council should fill out one of the yellow cards at the end of the table and hand it to the city clerk before speaking. Please do not approach the dais where the council is sitting. If you have handouts to submit to the council, please give them to the city clerk for distribution to the council. Please step up to the podium and speak into the microphone as the meetings are recorded. Please understand that you are allowed a maximum of 5 minutes to make your comments. Please do not engage in conduct or speech that is imminently threatening to any person or which incites violence or which is obscene. Please do not make any disparaging remarks regarding individuals, but keep your comments pertinent to the topic at hand. Please avoid repeating comments or points that have been previously shared. Please do not engage in any conduct that disrupts the orderly progress of the meeting or engage in speech or conduct which interferes with others' ability to participate in the meeting. Failure to adhere to the guidelines or engaging in disruptive speech or behavior will, after a warning, result in removal from the meeting. We appreciate everyone's cooperation in adhering to these guidelines. So at this time, we'll ask for any comments from members of the public on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not associated with the public hearing. Please come forward. Okay, seeing that no one is coming forward, we will close this part of the meeting and proceed to the consent agenda.
Yes, Your Honor. I move to approve the consent agenda, including items A1 through E4, resolutions 32593 through 32602.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented, including items A1 through E4, resolutions 32593 through 32602. Discussion. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 25-28, amending section 242-16 of the Marion Code of Ordinances related to hours of operations of peddlers, solicitors, and transient merchants. This is the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 25-28, amending section 242-16 of the Code of Ordinances related to the hours of operation for peddlers, solicitors, and transient merchants. Discussion? All those in favor of ordinance number 25-28, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. This time we have a public hearing on the proposed amendment to the Central Corridor Urban Renewal Area. We'll have the Finance Director's report.
Yes, Your Honor. This would add projects to the urban renewal plan. The action sets a maximum amount that can be utilized in tax increment finance, but does not obligate the city. Obligations would follow in the form of a development agreement or an internal loan. The projects that are part of the Central Corridor plan here are McGrath Volkswagen, which is a project located at 675 Blairs Ferry Road and an expansion of the existing dealership. A project at the former library site that is proposed as a mixed-use development. That would be new construction. And then it's essentially an extension of our administration and professional support program through the year 2030. This is an existing program that covers costs associated with economic development activities. For example, staff time spent on economic development, payments to Medco, Marion Economic Development Company, Corporation and Cedar Rapids Metro Economic Alliance.
Okay, at this time, the public hearing is open. If anyone's here to address council on this measure, please come forward. Either in favor or in opposition, please come forward. We'll ask the staff if there have been comments outside the meeting.
I have not received any.
None. None in finance as well.
Okay, thank you. Please note that for the record, we'll close the public hearing. Proceed to the resolution.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32603 to approve urban renewal plan amendment for the Central Corridor Urban Renewal Area.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32603. Any discussion? Questions for staff? All those in favor of approving resolution number 32603, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. The next item is a public hearing on the proposed amendment to the West Tower Terrace Road Urban Renewal Area and the Echo Hill Road Urban Renewal Area. We have the report, please.
This one is very similar to what I just stated on Central Corridor. This is an extension of the existing program to cover costs associated with economic development activities such as payments to Medco, Cedar Rapids Metro Economic Alliance. And the action sets the maximum that can be utilized in tax increment finance.
Okay, at this time, the public hearing is open. Anyone here to address council either in favor or in opposition to this measure, please come forward. Okay, we'll ask the staff if any comments have been received outside the meeting.
I have not received any.
No.
Okay, note that for the record. We'll close the public hearing, proceed to the resolution.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 32604 to approve urban renewal plan amendments for the West Tower Terrace Road Urban Renewal Area and the Echo Hill Road Urban Renewal Area.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32604. Any discussion? All those in favor of resolution number 32604, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve a project calendar regarding the following internal loan advances. Resolutions 32605 through 32608.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the project calendar for internal loan advances included in resolutions 32605 through 32608. Discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 25-29, amending chapter 63 of the Code of Ordinances establishing the speed limit on Winslow Road, and this is the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 25-29, amending chapter 63 of the Code of Ordinances, establishing the speed limit on Winslow Road. Discussion.
Your Honor, just a
Yes.
question. To re-sign this stretch of road, do we have the signs necessary or do those have to be ordered?
Most should be in. If we don't have the children present, we'll get them ordered, but we just want to make sure it passes first.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, any further discussion or questions? Okay, all those in favor of ordinance number 25-29, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 25-30, amending chapter 340 of the Marion Code of Ordinances related to zoning definitions, compatibility with the comprehensive plan, and non-conforming uses pertaining to lots. This is City of Marion, second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 25-30. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of ordinance number 25-30, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next item is our second public forum, which is a time set aside for comments from members of the public on any topic. If anyone's here to address council, please come forward. Welcome.
Hi, Mayor, Council.
Just state your name and address, yeah.
My name is Jessica. I live in Cedar Rapids, but I own a business on 1105 8th Avenue here in Marion,
Okay,
Studio 811 Salon. I am here to talk about our parking situation. Is that okay?
yes,
Okay. I've been there for 14 years now, and parking has been an issue the whole time, but significantly more so probably the last 5 or 6 years. New businesses keep going up, which is great, and we love that, and we love to see all of the expansion. Parking is getting less and less and less. The city of Marion is filled with families primarily. It is filled with young children, elderly, all walks of life. We have had, at least on a daily basis, someone is coming into our business and stating there's nowhere to park from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday. And we've addressed it, and the city has said, well, it's been surveyed. The city has said, well, there's 1,000 parking spots. The city has said, well, they'll have to kind of walk a few blocks. Well, if you're a 90-year-old woman, that's the last thing you want to do. If you're a woman with a newborn baby, that's the last thing you want to do. And so businesses down in that area are losing business as to parking. People would rather go through a Starbucks drive-through for convenience than park 2 blocks away to go to Uptown Coffee. And these are exact things we've heard. And so with supporting local businesses, we are, I guess, wondering what plans are in place to help parking to continue to have local businesses. Because there is another building going up down the street from me. There's another building going up where the old library is, and there's no parking plans.
okay.
So it's a huge concern. And my concern is I'm a standalone building. So at what point do we get pushed out for your parking lot? And then we're shutting out a small business that's been there for over 20 years.
Okay, so because the item is not on the agenda, we can't have discussion about it, but I invite you to stay after and talk to the staff, and they can fill you in on what the plans are to deal with parking, okay?
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else to address council, please come forward. Hi, Frank.
Sherman, yeah, Frank Sherman, 4170 Canton Court, here in Marion. Mayor and council members, I'm here to tell you what a great staff you have. You probably already know that, but I want to relate something to you. I had some questions and concerns about the airport overlay ordinance. So I got a hold of Ryan and Kim, and I told them I had some questions and concerns about it. Well, Kim set up an appointment for me to talk with the planners, herself and 2 planners and Jerry Searle. And we had a 2-hour conversation, got some changes made, minor revisions and some added language. And I really appreciated it. And then I had some other comments. It was a 1-hour meeting that turned into a 2-hour meeting, and I really had some other comments at a later date. So I contacted Kim, and she entertained those. So it was a good experience. And Councilman Harper the man to go to for airport issues here on council, stepped in and facilitated some conversation. So I just want to tell you, it was how great it was to work with the staff. I'm going to tell you a brief story too about the overlay ordinance. I was having coffee over there at Mr. Bean's with a couple friends that knew quite a bit about what was going on in the city. And one of them asked me, he said, did the council approve that airport overlay ordinance? And I said, yes, last week. And I thought for a second, I'm going to ask him a question. What's the purpose of the airport overlay zone? He thought for a few seconds and he said, zoning. And I said, well, kind of, but what's the purpose? So I asked a friend across the table who's also a pilot and familiar with the airport, and I asked him, what's the purpose of the airport overlay? He said, land use. I said, well, kind of. And I said, the purpose, just one word. He said, safety. I said, bingo, safety. And it's strange people don't think of it that way, but that's the only and sole purpose for an airport overlay ordinance. So anyway, that's a short story. It had a moral to it. I think a lot of people don't know the purpose behind some of these things. It's not a normal zoning issue. But anyway, Mayor, I wanted to tell you what a great staff you have. They mirror your openness and transparency theme and engagement with the public. And I just can't have more praise for them. You got these people that come in every day and work the best they can to make the community a better place. And by golly, they do great. So a high five to the city staff.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Means
it.
a lot to us. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Anyone else to address council, please come forward. Okay. We'll go with council comments. Councilman Jensen.
Well, next Friday is Halloween. The forecast is nice weather and it's on a Friday. So I am predicting a heavy turnout of hungry kids for candy and in costume. So I'm looking forward to it. So I got extra candy this year to be prepared. So looking forward to next Friday.
Well, one of the things that was, I guess, highlighted for me this week is the notion of stakeholder engagement. And I see that many times throughout the week. Probably the greatest focus I've seen has been on our tree planting activities. But I know that in all departments, there is, outreach and interaction with our residents on a variety of issues from all departments continuously. This week, I participated in Chief Fagan's fire department stakeholders meeting, and there was a variety of people there, school superintendent, citizens, a random city council member was there. And the comment about stakeholder engagement came up from the perspective of just the visibility of our firefighters out in the community. And what was really interesting was sometimes the crews go to a store to pick up whatever groceries they have decided they needed for an evening meal. And the thing that Chief Fagan impressed upon one of the participants in the stakeholder meeting is it's always okay when they aren't tied up on a call to at least interact, ask a question, and they will respond accordingly. And that is exactly the kind of behavior and engagement that I think really helps underpin Marion being a great place to live. So Chief, thanks for you on that. The only other thing I have to add is Mr. Sherman, your comments about the airport overlay zone, I learned more about that than I ever wanted to know.
Well, okay, for my part, since the last meeting, we had our first meeting with the Youth Council. It's a great group of young people. We had 35 of them in this room. We had a great session with them, worked on leadership skills, and we're going to have a really great year with them this school year. It's our way of engaging young people, giving them a voice. They get to meet city leaders. They get to hear about what their city is working on, what we're doing to make this a great place for them to choose to live when they're finished with high school. And we work on leadership skills, and we're training the future leaders of this community. I've been doing this for 8 years now, and every year gets better and better. So looking forward to this school year with this group of students. And we engage students from both high schools in Marion. Yesterday, I attended the annual joint meeting with the Lynn County Public Health and the Lynn County Board of Supervisors to hear about what the Lynn County Public Health Department is working on to protect and promote the well-being and health of people in Lynn County. And that's always an interesting meeting to hear about everything they're working on. It is a nationally acclaimed public health department, and we're lucky to have such qualified professionals in Lynn County engaged in making sure that we're all protected and healthy. I also had the opportunity to speak with the Linn-Mar High School football team and to talk about leadership, perseverance, and persistence. And that was a really fun session for me to get to do that at my alma mater. Earlier today, I attended a ribbon cutting for yet one more new business in Marion. And it's so wonderful to hear this particular couple had moved here from another state, moved to Iowa, and they could not say enough things about Marion. They just kept repeating it. They were so impressed with Marion. And it's a regular thing that I hear wherever I go. People say, this is just a wonderful community. They compare it to any community they've been in and say that they've never been in a community like this. There was another person from Florida who had just moved to Marion. And we're really, I know I say this all the time, especially when we have our annual staff picnic, but we are not all just doing our tasks, our specific tasks that we're asked to do every day, but we are all working on creating something really special for this community, creating a lifestyle, creating a quality of life that has really become recognized across the state and across the nation. People are Googling great places to live and finding Marion. You should all be proud of that. You should all be proud of the work you're doing. We are moving this community forward in a really wonderful way, and we can all feel good about what it is that we're creating here, working together as Team Marion. So I just want to leave you with that thought, and thank you for always reaching higher, for always taking that extra step and taking the extra effort to achieve the desired result. And let's continue to see the best in each other and work together to achieve our goals. Thank you. We'll see you next time.